Imagine a line of prisoners standing one behind the other, each unable to see their own hat, but able to see the hats of those in front of them. Each prisoner is wearing either a black or a white hat, placed randomly on their head. The prisoners cannot communicate with each other once the hats are placed, and they are not allowed to turn around or look at their own hat. The challenge is simple, yet devious. Starting from the back of the line, each prisoner must state out loud the color of their own hat. If they get it right, they survive. If they get it wrong, they do not. The prisoners are allowed to strategize before the hats are placed, but once the line is formed, no further communication is allowed except for the spoken guesses. At first glance, this riddle may seem impossible. Each prisoner can only see the hats in front of them and has no information about their own. But with careful planning and a clever strategy, the prisoners can maximize their chances of survival, potentially saving all but one. The key to this riddle lies in the concept of parity, or more specifically, in using the information available to communicate indirectly. Before the hats are placed, the prisoners agree on a strategy. The first prisoner in the back of the line will use their guess to communicate vital information to the others. For instance, they might agree that saying black means the number of black hats in front of them is even, and white means it is odd. When the moment arrives, the prisoner at the back looks ahead and counts the number of black hats they can see. If the number is even, they say black. If the number is odd, they say white. This guess may or may not match their own hat, so the first prisoner has a 50% chance of survival, but their answer gives the next prisoner in line a crucial clue. The second prisoner knows what the first prisoner said and can see all the hats in front of them. By comparing what the first prisoner said with what they themselves observe, they can deduce the color of their own hat. For example, if the first prisoner said black, indicating an even number of black hats, and the second prisoner sees an odd number of black hats ahead, they know their own hat must be black to bring the total to an even count. If they see an even number, their own hat must be white. This pattern continues down the line. Each prisoner, after hearing all previous answers and seeing the hats ahead, can use the information to determine the color of their own hat with certainty. Only the first prisoner is at risk, but every other prisoner can be sure of their answer. This solution is a brilliant demonstration of logic, teamwork, and the power of indirect communication. It shows that even in seemingly hopeless situations, a well-devised plan can make all the difference. The prisoners have turned a game of chance into a game of strategy, using the tools of mathematics and logic to maximize their survival. The prisoner hat riddle is more than just a puzzle. It's a lesson in collaboration and creative problem-solving. It teaches us to look beyond the obvious, to find patterns and connections where none seem to exist. In a world full of uncertainty, sometimes the best solution is the one that requires us to think together, plan ahead, and trust in the logic we share. So, the next time you face a tricky problem, remember the prisoners and their hats. With the right strategy and a bit of clever thinking, even the toughest riddles can be solved.